everyone, welcome back to my channel, An Accidental Retiree. Today you have February's writing vlog. And so far this month I've been doing a lot of some social media writing. But I've also been doing a lot of research for something for my channel in October, hopefully. And for one of those more serious videos. Also, it will be in a book type talk at some point in time, probably later in the fall, because I'm hoping to do several videos. So you'll see, the book that I'll be reading within this vlog. I am doing research. You'll see me writing. You'll see snippets as I talk about my writing this month in February and whatever I accomplish. Today is the 16th, so we're halfway there, and I'm still at that 21,000 mark, but I am really working on notes, so you're going to see maybe something a little different than a tally like that, because I'm working on creating my world for my series. So that's kind of what I'm doing, because I had to say, stop, you've got to figure out a little bit more, flesh this out to make more sense. Go back to that core book, which won't be published right away. Then I'm hoping, if all goes well, I'll actually have some research done enough to either late in February or in March start the first book in the series while also working on this book. So I'm going to be kind of working on two, hoping to finish that, so I have one complete manuscript done, but doing a lot of work on a totally new manuscript that starts the whole series. But I'm going to be researching it, so I'm going to have to stop, do research for that novel, and then I'll work on this one. So that's how I'm going to do it. This one is kind of what I look at as the masterpiece, because I really have wanted to write this story based on my life, actually. This one is going to be the most based that any of them are, but still fictionalized. And, at some time, maybe I'll write an actual memoir of that particular year, but probably not unless I outlive my cousins. Because I just don't want, I'm not in contact with them, and I'll have to know that they're gone or something, just because, yeah, it's a long story. Don't want to get into it. But with that said, and I don't know if I'm going to outlive anybody, because today's not a good day, but that's the way it is. Anyway, I hope you enjoy February's vlog. I haven't even put January's up. It probably will come up on a Wednesday, mid-month. I'm thinking I'm going to be switching to Mondays for my regular uploads. So in in March, when this February comes out, please let me know whether you would rather just have my writing videos follow my usual Mondays, or if you like having a writing Wednesday every once in a while. Just let me know. Usually what I'm going to do is I'll take off my Monday, because you don't need to see me more than once a week, I don't think. But if you want to see me more than once a week, let me know. I can work on that and do more writing Wednesdays as time goes on. We'll see. But yeah, I'm up for suggestions in that area, because I just don't know what I'm doing that way. I do know I'm going to get my hair cut sometime this spring. Anyway, and actually have a hairstyle instead of whatever this mop is, but that's another topic. Anyway, without any more rolls down the weird Tammy Turnpike, we're going to start our writing vlog for February. I'm reading a little research here. I was reading this book for a future Pathfinder's Mystery Series book, but I decided that maybe some of it might inspire some storylines in a future novel in the series. So I'm taking some notes, possibly eventually. So what you just saw was me ending my time of reading today in a prayer, which I often do when I read this particular book. But I probably, it's such a nice, pleasing thing to do that I might do very often when I'm reading, especially research for my writing. But this one particular, because it's dealing with such a sensitive subject. Where I am in the book now is basically that first booklet that I read, but it's in bigger print, and so I'm just going to kind of reread it, skim it, so you'll see that probably in tomorrow's episode, and then I'll start writing down some notes in a little notebook that I have. And that's what I'll be doing. And yeah, I have kind of a special notebook for this particular one, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to right now kind of let everything kind of settle here. Oh my goodness, I have to definitely get my wax out of this, because this is all the wax that I've burnt, and I had some clumps today from my little thing that I used to, so now I have to figure out how to get all this wax out, and I bet it'll be kind of cool when I do. I don't know. I'm thinking of getting this so that it's kind of lumpy though first. I don't know. I'm having fun with it. But I don't want it to, go down the sides. It did a little bit over here, but I need to get a plastic something to cut around it and have it kind of fall out. I don't know. Maybe I need to warm it up. We'll figure it out. And see what it looks like. I put this in warm water and then, turn it upside down and do something so that it'll come out, and then I'll start filling it up again for another year or 6 months. I think this was maybe almost 8 months, 6 months, something like that it took me to get that much, but that's a lot of praying on my own. So it's a nice physical representation of just some of my prayers and my prayer life to let me know that, my cup is full. So that's kind of fun. Anyway, so I'm going to put this away, and we'll see you tomorrow in tomorrow's snippet. So today, I read to the part where it's like from this first book that I read for this particular part of my story, and for the video that I want to do, research for a video that I'm doing in the fall, hopefully. Anyway, and the video for the video research, it's like I'm getting confused now how many videos I'm making out of this, but anyway, sorry about that little knock here. I've got my pets here because I'm talking. I don't know, but they like to be here by me. And so I'm going to end the vlog for today, and maybe show you who's by me. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to be ending for today's episode sequence. Well, it's not episode, but, I'll be back tomorrow with another snippet of my writing vlog. Just so you can see who's by my feet here. Miss Essie and Miss Mazda. I'm going to be reading this now and filming some time lapse on my vlog for this month, my writing vlog, with reading The Gone Satan. I'm almost to the last leg of it. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish it today, but you'll get a little time lapse of today's reading. Initially, when I read this story, I wasn't sure that it would fit in. I didn't think it would fit into the novel that I think it will fit into, actually. So that was enlightening. But it isn't connecting to the story that I thought it would either. So I'm not sure, but um, interesting. Well, I finished this book as part of my um, writing this month, background stuff. I'll be doing some more reading and writing in journals and stuff. You'll see some more of that. I may be taking out some more things in this vlog. Even today, after I have my little late lunch, I'm not sure. I have some things to unbox and put away, and I was going to take some pictures of my journals and stuff for my Facebook page and so on, that sort of thing, for my personal Facebook, and a couple of other things I was going to do. So I'll probably be putzing in my office. I might film some of that later. Then again, I may not. I'm not positive, as part of my writing vlog for the month. But this is done, finished, along with the pamphlet. Now I'll be writing notes, and you'll probably see some of that in a future episode, future portion, not episode, but future portion of this vlog. Not sure how it all will be edited together, but we'll see. But it's the continuation of February. So I need to get my candles blown out, do a little smudging, and move on. Hi, well, I just got off my first live on February 18th. And I didn't know I could do that. And now I guess they changed things, and so I can. You don't get full privileges, whatever that means, when you're not 1,000 viewers, or subscribers, or whatever it is. But I did have 95 people within 15 minutes that viewed my video or my live, which was cool. And it's like late Wednesday afternoon, so that's kind of something. Anyway, so I'll maybe do that once in a while. I'll pop on live. How fun. What I did yesterday is I finished this one book that I was reading. That will be some research for one of the books later on in the series that I'm working on. But I want to work more on the earlier books in the series right now, and do that kind of research while working on that core book that I'm going to finish first, which might be like 2 different books partly, and I don't know once it's all finished. But I realized that I went off on a tangent that's going to need a lot of work back in the series. So before I even ever publish this book and really tweak it once it is in the first draft stage, I want to write some other books first. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. So it's kind of a disappointment, because I don't know. At this point, I don't see myself having anything published in 2026. And, at 67, hopefully I'll live long enough that I can have something published. That's what I'm saying to myself. But I'm, unlike last year when I was 66 and worrying about that all the time, I'm just trying to take it as it comes. If I get published, great. If not, the importance is the journey, and I'm enjoying the journey, and that's the important thing. So that's what I'm doing. And I've talked a little bit about, I'm different than somebody that has to do this for a career and get bread on their table. I'm not in that place in my life. This is kind of the cherry on top for me. I was a reading teacher, so it's kind of a natural thing that I would want to write books. I was trying to write children's books before I became a reading teacher. I was a elementary school teacher before I was trying to write books. Well, before I was a mother. Before I was a mother, I was an elementary teacher. And, so that's how, before that I was a theater teacher and in summer school. And, I worked in a disco as a cocktail waitress in college a little bit during the summer. And I worked as a shoe salesman my first year out of high school during the summer. So I worked as a waitress once during high school. That didn't go real well. I was a babysitter quite a bit when I was in middle school. I was a child. I mean, those are the things that, that's how I kind of backwards in my life. So I'm doing that kind of with the family in my story, and I'm going backwards, and I'm looking at my story backwards, my ancestors, which I might work a little bit on today. But most of this is going to be just a vlog on, might show you a little bit on what I'm doing today, but most of what I'm doing is I'm going to be changing out these things to more Irish looking things for March, and because we're less than a month away, or about a month away from St. Pat's Day, so I'm going to start getting ready for that, get that vibe in here. We're on Ash Wednesday right now, so that's my plan. I do plan on working on these journals a little bit, and I want to pull out, I think it's this one, which is the very first one, which would be the one where, and then this top one. I need to do this top one too, because this top one is the one with my family history, and I want to do a little bit of that, writing that down a little bit, and then, you know, maybe I'll write some notes. So that's, if I do any writing today, that's what it's going to be. And starting that, and I have a fun book I did want to work on reading, but I don't know that I'll get to that. I may have to just, you know, wait till tomorrow to start the research and actually hit this one. But that's going to be my plan. But I'm going to work on tweaking my office a little bit for the rest of the day, and that's what I'm doing. So that's my writing update for today. Well, I did make some progress in getting all of my notebooks organized, which that's kind of what I'm doing here. And you'll see some of this in my March vlog too, because that was a big part of what I got accomplished this month. It was really a lot of fun doing this and relaxing. And I feel like I made progress. I'm really silly about these pens. But this one I have in black, and this is my colonial periods through the 1830s that I'm going to be using for research, and probably kind of crafting out the whole novel, the whole world building thing. I have one though that I'm not sure what I was going to do, so maybe I'll use that for the world building journal, which is over there. So maybe, well, I have to change what I have on this, and I have to, you know, like have labels on them, and I have to change, put labels on a few of them, but I have that, there's one that I have to change a label, but it's getting late. My mind is too tired today to do that. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to change those things up a little bit, and then that's going to be it for today. And I'm going to do that all off camera, because I don't know, it was kind of a funny day. I was kind of tired today, and I don't know quite why. And I got very hungry, so I ate too much at like 3 for my lunch. I had kind of a late breakfast. So, and now it's probably getting time for my other blood pressure pills, so I have to do that. I have a little tiny snack with that, which might be my dinner as far as I'm concerned tonight. I don't know. But the family's not home yet, and that'll be coming up. So I'm going to end my filming for today, and we'll see you in the next snippet. And I'm not sure where this is going to be, if this is going to be just a vlog for the month, or it'll be part of the writing thing, but I'd probably be part of the writing thing because of this stuff. So I may change that one thing now. I wish I had some more of these. These are really cool. I thought those were really cool for what they're for. And but I don't have any more of those. I have other similar stickers, but not quite like that. So, but they work nicely for this. Anyway, see you. you soon in the next segment. Okay, this is just for another snippet of my March writing vlog and something a little bit fun. I started yesterday to take down my sun catchers from up there, and then it got kind of late and I just didn't. I have all of my notebooks out here. There are 14 of those, but then there's some more. It's not all of them, but quite a few of the notebooks for the series, and also one or two that are, I haven't decided what they're for yet. I think, well, one is for just other story ideas. I have that designated, but I think I might use this one that I have as the actual Bible that I sketch out the series in. But I haven't decided. I think that's what I'm going to do, and put those ideas as they come in to percolate in there. I think that's what I'm going to do. It's not my favorite. It's kind of funny. It's one of my favorite colors, but it's not my favorite color notebook. That's kind of strange. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do, so that I keep the colonial period one, you know, just sort of separate. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I have a little notebook, so I don't know if I'm going to show you me doing that in this vlog, but I might in time lapse, and then I'll maybe hop on to tell you what it was, or, you know, narrate it or something. But this is going to be a little break from writing, but the ambiance I'm creating. And I'm going to take down, first of all, well, I'm going to just jump up here and I'm going to take a couple down. And I have about 4 that I'm keeping up all the time. And this one I got late in the month. I like it. It's really pretty for Valentine's Day. So that one was fun. I can add to the collection next year if I want, or not, or the year after, or whenever. But I had my cardinals up at Christmas, and this was actually one that broke. They were together, and there was another piece, I think, that probably broke off, but I kept them. But, you know, the weird thing is they were like decoys or something that kept... I didn't have any cardinals this year like I did last year. Now, it could have been the weather. It could be that somebody had a feeder, doesn't have a feeder this year. I don't know, but I don't see the cardinals like I was seeing all through the fall, and that's so weird. I don't know, it was like right after Yuki died, they kind of disappeared. So I don't know if that had something to die. I don't know if you believe in those myths or something. I don't know. Maybe her family was calling her. I don't know. But I sure miss my little Yuki. But anyway, so I'm taking these down. I'm hoping that once they're down, cardinals will come back. So I have this one that I'm going to be putting up. And then I'm going to take it out. It looks like I have to put some leather on. I put leather on them to hang them. So I'm going to do that. It came with a little thing to hang it with, which most of them do. But I have them up there, and I keep those up there because they stick. And if I need to, I have plenty to replace. So I've had some fall down, and so I'm glad when they're sticking up, I just kind of use them for a while. That's how some of mine broke, unfortunately. There were like 2 that broke around Christmas. So I don't know if it was the time of year to put them up that was bad or what. So these are sticking pretty well. So this is going to be really pretty. It's heavy though, so I hope it doesn't... Uh-oh. This one is glass, so I'm not going to hang it there. I'm going to probably hang it somewhere over here then, because it's glass and I don't want it to break. Oh, that's a bummer, because I was hoping to hang it over here, but it's glass, so that's... I only hang plexiglass here, so I'm going to have to put it over there somewhere, which is okay. I'll probably put it on the doorknob, and it can hang for a while, and then maybe it'll keep it up longer. I don't know. We'll see. And it's funny, I had an Irish grandmother, but she wasn't Irish. But I have plenty of other ones. So I have this one to hang up. And I'll take it out. Let's see it. It has a little chain. I think I might use the chain. Sometimes I don't, but this one I will use the chain because I may decide that I want to use it somewhere else. Yep, this one's plexiglass, so I don't have to worry about it. So this one had an S-hook chain, and I may attach that and use that. Glad I noticed that that was heavy because I would have just really cried if it came down and broke. I would have been really sad. So. But I had plenty of other Irish ones, so that's good because I felt I had too many for this window because I only like to have 4 up there, 3 to 4. So I might do a 5th at some point, but I don't really want to have too many. I'm going to have a little shamrock ocean. There's the shamrock. And we have a little elf with leprechaun. A leprechaun with it looks like a gnome really. It's a 4-leaf clover. There's the leprechaun's hat. Oh, the leprechaun with the gold. He doesn't show himself. There he is with his gold. So I've got those to be putting up. So I'm going to do a little time lapse now, and maybe you'll see that. I hope. These two are the supervisors on the project, my producers, Essie and Mazda. Well, I didn't like how this one was hanging. It's a little too long. So I am going to cut off some of this and reuse it with another little project I have. So no worries. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unknot this, which at this point it's easier to do because it hasn't settled in yet. So I just unknot it. And I'm going to cut quite a bit off. So I'm going to bring it through one side and cut off quite a bit. Use that for other projects, which I already have one to do, so no big deal. I'm going to cut it off there. I have plenty for another project. And there we go. I think that'll hang a little bit better. So let's see. And this is the end result. They're hanging much better than they did before. We can't quite see it. That one's blending in with the tree, but it's there. I'll bring it around this way maybe a little bit for you. There we go. Maybe you can see them now. I don't know. So I'm all set for St. Patrick's Day in my office. So that's just some of what I've been doing today. I have relabeled this one, designated it my world building book, and then I have these to do. I'm going to do those off camera, and then I'm going to stack them in the place. I don't know that I'm going to show you anymore. My food should be coming soon, and I'm getting kind of fatigued, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to do yet today on this. If I do some more another day, you'll find out in another vlog portion. I'm going to end with this. I have been working on entering some things in these, and I have these nice and organized. I'm working on the Bible for my series. I've been working on some of my genealogy in my writing this month, and then I, have that other project that's for my YouTube channel that I have worked on in terms of the research for. So, and it ended up being, it probably will maybe on one story be something that'll connect to the series that I'm writing. So, but that's all in the future. So I am done with that for now. And I'm so happy to have that read. So I got that project read, that research, and I've been working on getting some colonial period research done so far. And so I have lots of things to do there. This month I'm hoping to make some more progress on the 1960s, late 50s, and 1968 novel, and then while researching the colonial period, and then really working on that very first book in the series, hopefully in April. We'll see. Time will tell. And I have Essie here squeaking away, and if you like this video, don't forget to put the thumbs up button. Please do subscribe to my channel, An Accidental Retiree. Make any comments you like in the bottom of this. Let me know if you like writing Wednesdays, or you just want everything on a Monday. I'd love to know. Or, if there's another day of the week. I just don't think Saturdays are very popular for us, so I'm going to try something different. Anyway, until next time, bye for now. God bless and see you soon.